But I was actually talking, I can't remember. I think it was because Emma went to see the drag show on Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
I
uh-huh.
couldn't go because I had this other event, but she was saying that someone there was talking about when their their dad found they hadn't spoken to their dad for ages, and then their dad added them on Facebook, and then they thought they had to tell their dad, like, by the way, before you add me, like I'm a
Like cross-dressing
cross-dressing,
alcoholic, yeah.
like blah blah blah, and then he said like, yeah, don't worry, your photos aren't private. I can see that my son's a cross-dressing
Yeah, yeah,
gay boy or something
yeah.
like that, but didn't mind. And then we just got onto the topic of how messed up it is that parents can disown their children
Mhm.
for being, gay, lesbian, whatever, and like just how messed up that is for that to affect someone so much that they would abandon and disown
Yeah.
their child. Like the psychology of that, like what is going on? Does it tap into their own repressed sexuality? Maybe is it this fear of rejection from society? Is it the fear that the parent will be rejected, and so they don't want anything to do with the child? Or it's such a shame that they can't believe that they've spawned something like that. Like it's so.
I think there's a slight form of narcissism involved
Mm,
because like everyone want my mom like my mom would come up with some things like, oh, I suppose I'm gonna have grandchildren. I'm like, it's not about you. You've had your fucking kids. I know you want the grandchildren for me, that's for sure. But like I've been very lucky in that sense that I did not experience that kind of rejection,
hmm.
but the fear of it is real.
Yeah,
Like, and
hundred
that's
percent.
why it took me so long to come to terms with it, and like from first of all get over my own like self-loathing and get over that, and then for the possibility, because it's always a risk, and I was the possibility that it might happen. That fear was very legitimate because I have got friends and I do know people who have suffered that, and it's unthinkable, it's unfathomable, it's horrible, and my heart goes out to these people, and that's why a lot of gay kind of families, gay people cultivate their own families, their own real, home away from homes kind of thing. We've got one here in Barcelona. It's called Pluma.
Oh,
You know about Pluma?
I've heard of it before. It's the
So
refuge, isn't it?
so Pluma is actually a club night.
Mm.
So you know about in Spanish, the phrase tener pluma.
No, but
So
to have courage.
no, so pluma literally means
Feather.
feathers,
Hmm.
right? So if you say like it's in Spanish, say I mira este que tiene pluma, like he's got feathers, it means that he's a bit effeminate, you know, right?
Ah,
Like a peacock or like you've got feathers, but it's a slur. It's a derogatory. You got to look at this. It's Penny Pluma, and also in the gay community, being really recently up until now, like be having any kind of like femininity was seen as weak or unattractive. Like
hmm.
on Grindr, you'll see like zero pluma or no femmes, no feminine. Like
Ah.
that would be like considered unattractive. It's misogyny. It's what it's pure misogyny. And
Is it misogyny though?
oh, it's what do we call it? Internalized homophobia. Where like this kind of idea that the only way to be attractive in the gay community is to have this like masculinity about you. Which is, I
Oh,
did my number about that on last weekend about when I did the
yeah.
Macho Man number, which
Hmm.
is ridiculous. But also, so that's so sorry. Back to that the club night. So my friend, my best friend and mother of Pluma, Joan, and the DJ Big Balls.
Hmm.
We have a club night it's a little bit of promotion every Friday, every last Friday of every month in Believe. We have a club night called Pluma, and there are a whole horde of Pluma girls and Pluma boys and Pluma trans and everybody. We're all there together, and it's a wonderful kind of like family. And it's started by Joan, who's from London, and it was like a response to that, to there not being anything like that here in Barcelona.
So that's specifically for people who are wanting to go and peacock.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah, exactly. But again, it's that kind of like the way I talked about rebranding Jessie handbag or
Hmm.
rebranding the word faggot, rebranding the word pluma because it has these negative connotations of being effeminate, weak, feminine. Whereas now,
Ah.
like all of these things are actually powerful, and all the things that what it's really taught me is like all the things that I used to hate about myself, like being Jessie handbag, being feminine, being a little poof, is now so empowering. It's exactly what people love about me
Yeah.
and what people think is special about me. And that's really empowering because it took me a long time to get to a stage where I didn't hate that. Even as recently as, like, 6 or 7 years ago, before I did drag,
Mm-hmm.
um, whenever if I go on a date or something, I'd always try and, like, butch up, or, like, again,
Mm.
code switch, not be just a handbag and be that kind of, like, the way I would be when I was 8 years old, when I was around my father. It was just mental. And as recently as, like, 25 years old.